Morning guys, Mark Farashi, ProTech Dog Training. Yesterday we had a fun day. We were trying to get to the airport and we had a rolled over truck on the 15, I think is what it was, from what I heard through the grapevine. But it blocks the whole 138. You can't get off the hill unless you go the back way, and the back way's a long way around. So back way meaning all the way to Palmdale versus coming down the 15. So you got either way to get into LA. Around what I call the bowl. Basically LA is in a bowl. So just kind of a trials and tribulations of a dog trainer trying to get all these dogs shipped off to their new owners. This is the last one. This is the run of the litter, and it's going to be a good one. I really worry about these guys because there's skill that's needed on the other side as far as the owners, and I've done the best I could to make sure that they knew what they were getting into. They had the right resources to help them out. Being that I'm in LA and I'm in the doggy heaven, like I've talked about, and we have so many good resources in dogs. Everything I need as far as resources and other trainers and decoys and all that good stuff is all here, right? A lot of trials come through, a lot of participation within the sports and within working dogs that I want or need. I mean, I've got some of one of the top police canine kennels is here in this area as well. That every now and then I'll be touching them as well. So a lot of you folks back in Virginia that these dogs have been going to, this dog today is going to Kentucky, don't have the resources that we do out here. And I wish I had an easy answer for you. There really isn't. What you've got to do is try to beat the bush and start putting feelers out and try to find yourself some working dog trainers. But a lot of times these trainers in some of these spots are kind of doing things 20 years ago, archaic and old methods. So it's I like to learn the new stuff. I like to always be on the leading edge of what's going on. So it's not an easy thing. You guys have to realize that yes, you might have the genetics in the dogs that I'm breeding, and that's going to help you out. But it's a double-edged sword with these guys. The Dutch Shepherds are so smart. You do the wrong thing, and they're going to learn from that as well as they could anything else. So I've got this breed because it's a challenge to me. It's something that is not like Australian Shepherd or cattle dogs, like cutting through butter, and they almost just learn on their own. I mean, they're smart, they're intelligent, they learn, they've got all kinds of good quality traits, but at the same time, they've got that drive that you've always got to deal with that could get you in trouble, So like I've got one of my customers that's got one of the puppies. He's a good kid. He lost his dog to a brain tumor. That's kind of a bummer. So we've got him a new puppy, and it was a Dutch Shepherd that he had. So he's familiar with the breed. Smart kid. And I say kid, but he's in his 20s probably. And he should do well with this puppy. And through my interviews, I get to know the people, and I kind of can sense and ask all the questions. I've been doing this for so many years, evaluating customers, evaluating teams. The dog and the customer is a team, right? And not just the dog, it's not just the person, it's the person and their ability to drive that car. We were talking last night, talking shop, some bite work. I was out with some guys, and they call it, over here we call it being a handler, right? You're the handler, the dog's handler. Over in Europe, and what they were talking about, they call it a driver because they look at it like driving a Ferrari, And if you don't have the skill that it takes to drive that car, you're going to put it into the wall. Okay, so it was a very good analogy, and I said that's pretty cool, driver instead of handler, So I learned something. This gentleman that I've been hanging out with the last week or so and paying his decoy to do some work for me is been all over the world and taking ring sport to places like Cuba, believe it or not, and all over. And he gets into that. He's got places all over the place that he's got resources all over the world. It's kind of cool. So I'm learning some things. We sit down and just shoot the shit and talk the bullshit. We haven't seen each other in 30 years. It's kind of cool. And he's got a world of knowledge in regards to ring sport. They're ringers, he's real heavy into it. And he imports these decoys over from France to work with his clients. He's got a school that he's got, and they put together a school for the kids for decoy work. It's really good stuff. And I'll talk to him a little bit more. I've been kind of holding my cards to the vest because I want to make sure I respect the fact that we don't talk out of school, that kind of thing. And he's got a thing of not filming. It's his domain. He does a lot of filming. He does a lot of posting. But if he lets me, I'll let you know what it is. You can start watching his videos. It's pretty cool. He does a good job. So, and his decoy is, ring 3 decoy out of France. He's one of the top decoys. So it's pretty cool, and he brings a lot of different people. He'll be rotating this gentleman out to go in a couple weeks, and he'll bring somebody else over and keep his school going with his kids learning the decoy. So it's a great environment, but he runs it like a business, and it means I've got to pay money. And that one hurts because I'm not a rich man. I'm a starving artist that barely gets by, but my addiction and my passion is my dog training. So it is what it is. So I'll let you go. I can sit here and probably yak all day when I'm bored driving down the road. So have a good day, guys. We'll be in touch in the next couple of days as the page turns on this book. The last dog is gone, the last puppy, and I won't have to worry about the puppy management anymore, and I can move on to the next things in my Rolodex of things that I like to do and get into. So the puppies will be gone, and I'm going to be getting into the working with these decoys a little bit more before he goes to France, and find out where we're going from there. I thank you very much, Mark Farashi, ProTech Dog Training, and driving down the road. The traffic in LA. Have a good day. Well, thank you very much. This is going down the Cajon Pass on the 15 that goes up and over the hills to get into LA. Yesterday we had that accident. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.